Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be comparing the Umidigi G9T up against the Umidigi G9. So make sure you guys stay locked into the end of the video. If you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, make sure you stay locked into the end of the video. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. All right, so let's go ahead and compare both of these devices, starting out with what comes inside the box. So both have a green color. I have both of these in green, the grass green for the G9T, and I have the lake green for the G9. Both have a case that comes in on both of these, and they are like a smoky material. When you put the cases on, I really like the way they look on both of these phones. You can still kind of see the color of the phone when you have the case on both of them. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. They also do come with everything inside. So you get a Umidigi warranty card, quick start guide. You get the 18 watts fast charging. You also get the charging brick and the cable. So you do see we have the quick start guide right here on the G9 5G with the warranty. This one has a bit of a bigger brick, so I'm guessing you're gonna get a faster charging brick with the G9. Look at both phones, you're gonna see that we do have like really gorgeous bodies on here. So obviously you can see this one says 5G on the back. This one has a very smooth texture. This is the G9T right here. It's gonna have that green grass color, which looks really good when you turn it in the light. So I really do like the material. I do like the way it looks when you're looking at it. It's just a really handsome phone right here. So the design on here is really nice, very smooth when it comes to the back. As far as the sides, those have a matted texture, so no fingerprints on this one whatsoever. This one has also a smooth texture to it, and then up top you have like a really smooth texture, so you could feel the difference in between the textures. This one's a little bit more grippy, and then you have a smoother texture right here. So I do like that two-tone finish on the G9 5G. It's definitely going to be standing out. And then you're going to see that you have AI camera right here on the camera. It's going to say that on the G9T. And so yeah, they both have AI cameras. And so this one says a spherical lens high resolution camera, and it has 50 megapixel AI camera on there as well. So yeah, as far as the top, you do have a headphone jack on both of these devices. You also do have a microphone on both. Up top, on the bottom, you're actually going to get a microphone on both, as well as a bottom firing speaker and Type-C charging. And then on the side right here, you have your volume rockers on both and power button. You can see this one is split on the G9 5G, where it's a unified button on the G9T. So on the 5G has a 2 buttons for the volume rockers, whereas this is basically a one button. And then you have your power button on both, which actually double as a fingerprint sensor. So both have fingerprint sensors as well as facial recognition on here. The Umidigi G9 5G was actually released in July 2024, and the G9T was actually released in September. So yeah, 2 months apart when it comes to both of these phones. And so when it comes to the overall dimensions, weight, and things like that, they're going to be almost identical. So yeah, we have a 6.75 inch display on both of these, exact same size and width. So yeah, there's nothing different as far as the thickness and the height and the width. They're both basically the same, and they both actually have facial unlock. So you can see they both do unlock when I look at them. And yeah, so I'm going to turn up the brightness so you can see that they do share the same toggles when it comes to the menu, the internet, the Bluetooth, do not disturb, flashlight, auto rotate, battery saver, screenshot, airplane mode, dark theme, night light, screen recording, QR code scanning, quick share, security alarms. This one actually has screencast, so the G9 5G will have screencast included. You also will have screencast for the G9T, which is really good. And so yeah, they both have really good features when it comes to looking at them. So yeah, you could basically drag up, get all your drop downs on here, and they're both running Android 14 as well. You're gonna see that they do offer the 90 Hertz panel. So yeah, you do get 60 or auto, which is really good for browsing through social media and stuff like that. So I really do like both of these phones when it comes to scrolling and overall using them, just basically for, you know, anything like that. So the displays, they do have 720 times 1600 on both of these phones. They're both 85.4 screen to body ratio with that that kind of a waterfall drop, which is going to house the cameras. They're actually both 8 megapixels on the selfie cameras for both, but when you flip them around, this is where there's a slight difference. So we do have a 50 megapixel on the G9 5G and a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel for depth. On the G9T, we actually have a 13 megapixel with the 2 megapixel for depth. So you don't get the 2 megapixel macro on the G9T. Really good storage. 128 is pretty good, but you can expand it as well, so you can get more storage available. And so you can see right here, both are using up you know, almost half. Like this one's using a little bit more just because I took a little bit more pictures and videos on here. And then you can see right here, the video is 2.5 gigabytes it's taken up, and whereas this one I only have 1.7 gigabytes taken up. So yeah, the other thing is that when it comes to the cameras and recording on the cameras, if I go to video for both of these phones, one thing you're going to notice is that the 5G is going to actually have 4K recording up to 30 frames per second, and the G9T will only have 1080 30 frames per second. So you can actually get higher recording when it comes to the G9 5G right here. Now flipping them on the other side, when it comes to the video recording, and I go into the settings, you can see that the highest we have on the G9 is 1080 30, and the highest on the G9T is 720 30 frames. So yeah, those are the main differences when it comes to the cameras, but they both have really similar features. You will have the 50 megapixel dedicated mode on the 5G, and you actually don't have that mode on the G9T. So yeah, just want to throw that out there, but you can see all the modes right here are very similar. Night mode, and then you get the macro on the G9. You also get the pro mode on the G9, as well as slow motion, and you're going to see that we are missing those features on the G9T. So yeah, those are the main things that I wanted to highlight when it comes to both of these phones as far as the cameras. So yeah, now we're going to jump into some of the other things that I want to compare with these guys right here. All right, so I did want to highlight the differences between the panels. So on paper, they are the same, but one thing I did notice was that the G9 5G right here actually gives you higher you know, output on video. So let's turn down the volume on both. Right here, we actually get HDR content on the G9 right here, the G9, and then on the G9T, it's only given us the you know, standard quality. But you can see right here, if I go right here, I get 1080 60 HDR on the G9 5G, and I only get 1080 60 on the G9T on the same video. So yeah, flipping it towards me, the main thing I'm noticing is I'm getting deeper colors on the G9 5G. They look a little bit more rich, but on the G9T, they look a little bit more bright. So brighter colors on the G9T, it looks like, but more contrast when it comes to the G9 5G. when it comes to like video and stuff like that. So those are the major differences. Brighter on the G9T, but better contrast on the G9 5G. All right, and here is a video of 8K macro. So I just want to show you on the G9T it's 720 and on the G9 5G it's 1080. So let's go ahead and compare the differences. Let's hit play. And so I just want to show you guys what it looks like side by side with the highest quality on both. So you can see right here, these are both displays. The G9 5G is actually on top and the G9T is on the bottom. So you could kind of get an idea of the differences. It looks like there's brighter colors on the G9T, but like I said, deeper blacks on the G9 5G. So that's going to be the biggest difference when it comes to both of these panels. So yeah, all the apps are cleared. Let's see, I'll show you that one more time. So I'm clearing out all the apps right here, but they're still appearing right here. So let's see if they, okay, so now they're all gone. And let's just open up the Play Store. So like I said, you get the UNlSOC T606 on the G9T, and then you get the UNlSOC T765, which is 6 nanometers. And this is actually 12 nanometers. So it should be a little bit faster on the G9 5G, but let's go ahead and test out the speeds. So Play Store 1, 2, 3. And you can see that the G9 5G was faster. By the Bible app 1, 2, 3. It says I have to allow it. So let's try another app. What about Amazon? Let's try that right here. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be the G9 5G right there, just by a little bit. And let's go into a couple more. So let's try Aliexpress 1, 2, 3. It looks like that was the G9 5G, but I wasn't logged in. So let's try like one more app. Let's do, let's see, Kindle 1, 2, 3. And that looked like, I don't even know. They both have pretty similar speeds when it comes to using these. So let's test out some of the gaming performance on both. So I have the G9 5G. I'm going to go ahead and play some PUBG right here and connect it to, actually, let me just play like the regular game right here. All right, guys, so this is the G9 5G. It has 128 gigabytes of ROM with 12 gigabytes of RAM. So you get 6 out of the box, plus an additional 6 gigabytes of RAM expandable. And, you know, as far as the screen, it's a little bit, it's not the most responsive. Let me change the graphics. But yeah, it's right now it's on smooth and ultra. And it feels like it's not as responsive as I would have liked. So yeah, when it comes to gaming on here, it's not going to be the best experience, to be honest with you, but it will be pretty lag free. So let's go ahead, test out some of the performance. And it seems like whenever I'm moving, there is a slight delay wherever I'm moving. So it's not the quickest in the world for gaming. However, it will run the game without any issues whatsoever. But I just want to mention that whenever I'm moving on this one, I'm noticing a little bit of delay with whatever I'm doing. So it's not as accurate as I would have liked if I was to be like gaming on here. So I don't expect to get a lot of kills. It just feels a little bit laggy. It feels like I'm not in control as much as I would like to be. Even the aiming is a little bit weird, because when you move, it doesn't go exactly where your finger is. And so, yeah, I'm getting a ton of notifications right now. I'm not sure why I'm getting so many notifications right now. But yeah, this chipset doesn't feel like it's meant for gaming. It just has a little bit of delay on whatever I'm doing. So yeah, I just want to mention that. So yeah, if you were looking to pick up the G9 5G for gaming, you can compete. Like, I just got a kill right there, but it's not the most responsive when it comes to gaming. So yeah, it's doing a pretty decent job. Out of a 10, I would probably give it a 6 when it comes to overall performance on this game right here. Okay, I got 2 kills. I got 3 kills. Okay, so I'll probably give it a 7. I'll give it a 7 when it comes to gaming on here. You just have to have a little bit more patience and lower your expectations a little bit. So yeah, that's the main thing when it comes to this one, is to don't have the highest expectations for this one, but you can compete, and so far there hasn't been any lag. But yeah, this is the experience I'm getting on the G9 5G. So yeah, not too bad for gaming. I definitely think this is pretty decent when it comes to the gaming experience. So let's just test out the G9T for gaming real quick. We're gonna jump into a little bit of PUBG on here. All right, so right here is the G9T. This is rocking 128 with the 4 gigabytes of RAM with the T606. All right, so we're gonna test this one out compared to the G9 5G. Ooh, I just missed him. It seems like similar performance, very similar performance. Let me see. So the performance is very similar. It's probably going to be a little bit better on the G9 5G. It seems a little bit more snappy on the G9 5G. And they both feel the same. They both feel very similar. But let me see. I'm going to keep playing, see if I can get a kill or something like that. All right, so I'm actually doing all right, but no kills yet. Let me see. Almost locked in right there. But yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit better on the G9 5G, just to be 100% with you. So yeah, it's not that much better on the G9 5G. It's just slightly better. But yeah, I'm not even getting that many people around me this time. Yeah, it definitely seems more snappy on the G9 5G though. Because like it's a little bit delayed on everything on this one. Like it's really hard to get a kill on this one. And I'm like really trying to lock in right now. But this game is kind of like all over the place. Yeah, so it's a little bit slow. And yeah, let me change the graphics, see if that's going to help. So it is on smooth, and you don't get ultra on this one. You just get smooth and high. So let's see if that kind of helps. All right, so that kind of helps. It makes it a little bit more smoother. But yeah, like I'm not sure where everyone's at. Like, yeah, that definitely helped when I changed the graphics right there. Oh, did I just get, that was crazy. So if I was to rate the gaming performance on this one, it would probably be like a 7, like a solid 6.5, maybe a 7, but there's no lag. There's absolutely no lag at all. And it feels pretty smooth. So like a solid 7. It definitely feels pretty smooth too. So yeah, you could still game on here, no issues. So yeah, I did get 2 kills, but yeah, that's gonna be this will be about a 7 out of 10 when it comes to the graphics. Now, as far as the launchers on here, like the home screens, like you do get the app drawer on the G9T right here. You have the app drawer. On this one, you have like this launcher that I want to show you. So to get to the launcher, you have to go to apps and then go to default apps. and you can see it's the DDU launcher that it's using. And this one is actually using the if you go to apps and you go to default apps, this one's actually using the home quick step, the quick step app. So they use two different launchers, not stock Android, but they both have really smooth performance with these launchers. So you're going to get like that folder app that kind of looks like the iPhone on this one, and with no app drawer. So you just go here and all your apps will be here. On this one, it's just stock Android. So you just get all your apps right here on the app tray when you swipe up. And so yeah, I like both of them. They both seem to be draining similar levels at the same time. So it's still one percentage difference right here, 95 on the G9 5G and 94 on the G9 5T. So yeah, as far as the cameras, they both have that 8 megapixel camera. So if you go to portrait on both, you're gonna notice that on portrait, I don't get the aperture. Like on portrait for the G9 5G, it gives me the aperture, so I could actually change the aperture right here, but I don't have the option to do that. So let me see something real quick. I just want to put something that's I could take a photo real quick and kind of show you the difference when it comes to the portrait shots and stuff like that. So yeah, this is going to be a quick test. So right now this is at f2.0 aperture. Take a quick photo, and let's take a photo on here. All right, so let's kind of compare those two photos. And yeah, I'm liking you can see the details on both look really good. So I'm actually surprised that both look this good. The colors kind of faded right here. They kind of faded on the G9T, and I didn't get that bright orange color that I got on the G9 5G. Let's take that one more time, but this time we're going to just do it on the capture mode. So let's see. So that went to HDR right there. Let me see, HDR. All right, I just took that, and then this one, let me see if I could turn on HDR or something. You got motion photos on this one, but you don't have motion photos on this one. So there's no motion photos on the G9T, only on the G9 5G. And so let me see something real quick. Where is the HDR? Oh, here it is. So let me turn that on auto. All right, let's take a photo on this one. All right, so that's that. Let's take a look at both of these. So much more punchy colors. You can see the orange pops on the G9 5G. It pops out compared to the G9T. So yeah, you're getting more saturated colors. And then when it comes to the selfies for the portraits, let me show you, they look pretty similar. So it says they both are on HDR. Let's go ahead and see the difference. My skin is a little bit more pale on the G9T, and on the G9 5G, it's actually a little bit more, you know, like it gives me more contrast on my skin. So yeah, both have pretty good cameras, but when it comes to the cameras, you're going to get better contrast on the G9 5G and better saturated colors. I mean, on the G9 5G compared to the G9T. So better cameras on this one right here. All right, so let me wrap up this video because it's starting to get way longer than I anticipated. Overall, I definitely think that both phones are nice, but you're going to get 5G on the G9 and you're only going to get 4G on this one. So you actually get, you know, higher, you know, quality camera on the G9 5G. They're both not going to have NFC on here, so I just want to mention that. And they're both not going to be water resistant. So if that's something that bothers you, just keep that in mind for both of these phones, is that they both won't have water resistancy. They won't have NFC as well. You're going to get that 4K recording when it comes to the G9 right here. 4K recording, better saturated colors on the G9. It has, the colors just pop out when you compare them to the G9T. So I definitely say if it came to cameras, you should definitely go for the G9. But the other things that I want to throw out there is that, you know, they're going to have 720 to panels. So I think the panels are fine. They have that eye care mode. So it's really good on the eyes. It's definitely really good on the eyes. Battery life is going to be great on both. Other things that I kind of want to mention is that, yeah, you're not going to get like, you know, the best, what's it called? You're not going to get, you know, like, you do get 5G on this one. So that's actually really cool. You don't get like stabilization on the videos. So let me go into the stabilization right here for the videos and I'll show you. Oh, actually they both do offer video stabilization. So I spoke too soon. So you will get stabilization on the videos. And this one goes up to 4K, the 5G, whereas this one only goes up to 1080p, and then you get 720 on the front here, but you get 1080 on this one. So yeah, like would I recommend these phones? Yeah, absolutely. I could definitely say that both of these phones are going to be pretty good, but they're going to be limited to Bluetooth 5.3, which is something I want to mention. Also, as far as OS updates, there's no mention or promise of OS updates, but they both have 18 watts fast charging with really long battery life, which is going to be a solid. So I could definitely say if you wanted to get a phone with really good battery life, this probably would be your best. Both of these would be really solid options, but the G9 5G is going to have a slight edge in almost every category here. And as far as the value that you're getting for the G9T, I could definitely say it offers a really good value as well. But if you're looking for a phone with 5G, I could definitely say that this one actually has a better build. It looks really good because of this two-tone finish. And I think the cameras look really nice the way they look when you compare them to this one. And even they even perform a lot better when you compare them to the G9T. So yeah, I just want to mention that. But you do get facial unlock and really fast fingerprints on both of these phones. And outdoor brightness, not going to be the best, but one of the things I also wanted to mention is that you do get a shortcut button on the G9 5G right here. So this is going to have that shortcut button. I have it set to Waze when I double press it. And then when I long press it, it should do the flashlight. Let me see. So go to settings. All you have to do is go right here where it says express key. And then you have your flashlight when you long press it. There it is. So yeah, the flashlight when you long press it. So it has that shortcut key, which is also nice. And you could set it to whatever you want. You could set it for the camera or whatever. So yeah, that's going to be a solid feature. I could double click that and I could open up the camera. So yeah, I out of these two, I definitely like the G9 5G a little bit more. I could recommend that one over the G9T, but if you want to save about $40 to $50, the G9T is still a solid option. And obviously you can boost and expand the memory on both of these phones, which is pretty cool. But you're going to be able to expand it a little bit more in the G9 5G, and you're also going to get that really nice feature for 5G as well. So yeah, this is my quick comparison. Not quick, but hopefully you guys made it to the end of the video. If you're still here, just type down below I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people. And I'll check you guys later. I'll hit you back. Namaste.